out of all the acoustics in the vintage line, I'm really attracted to this, mostly because it makes me look absolutely enormous. But the other reason I really like it is that it's truly unique. There's nothing like this out there. And so I'm able to like kind of get this really cool, interesting sound out of it.
Yeah.
And so I look forward to like changing it all up and putting different things in it. First of all, it's super comfortable.
Yeah, it could double as a travel guitar because it's small, but because of the shorter scale and everything, it can be a great thing to add to mixes, to brighten things up. It's got the Fishman pickup built in, so you can plug it in direct or run it, yeah.
And it's got the slot head, super cool. It's just a super cool looking little thing. Everyone that we've shown this to has always said, oh, this is great. No, I can see why we would need this.
Yeah.
There's nothing else out there like it, so this particular instrument is
There's a funny
cool.
artist story that goes with that too, is when we first debuted that at NAMM in America, Billy Sherwood, who's now playing with Yes and Asia, great bass player, multi-instrumentalist, producer, he saw that and that's what, he said, I gotta have one of those. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's such a cool guitar.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. You could do all that.
Yeah.
Just beautiful and delicate and has a really interesting voice. Because of the tiny body, it has this really focused mid-range. So you're not going to get tons of low end out of this. It's not made for that. But for, like you said, for layering and tracks and stuff like that, it's really an amazing instrument. I like it. I give it the big thumbs up from me.
I love the look too.
Yeah, it's super cool.
The binding, it's very retro.
And tell me a little bit about that instrument you have there.
Yeah.
It looks very familiar. Somehow I've seen this somewhere before.
Yeah, this is interesting because this bass obviously almost needs no introduction. What I do like what Trev Wilkinson did with the design of this is he did it more like the original one that the Beatles, Paul McCartney famous, played at the Cavern Club. He played various other style basses like this over his career, but the original does have a really beefy sound, played with a pick, which is really, I think, the way these sound the best. The short scale's very comfortable. These pickups sound amazing.
That bass sound is obviously iconic, and everyone's been trying to get that bass sound forever. It's that big round, just go boom, 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 boom,
and a lot of it is where the pickups are, but also the shorter scale. There's been a lot of, I hang around on bass forums quite a bit, and there's been a big movement towards short scale basses. Ironically enough, short scale basses with guys who are doubling synth parts. That short scale basses actually blend better with synth parts, which I never would have guessed.
Who knew?
Who knew? But everybody's, now a lot of people are going back to buying short scale basses again when they're recording.
It's got super cool tuning pegs too, those little tiny white button tuners like that. They're super cool.
Yep.
And just in general, a violin bass like this is always, every bass player should have one.
Yep.
Just because if you only have blue paint, then everything you paint will be blue. So you need lots of different things like that. That's the whole reason of that. That's how you get
There's
that.
nothing quite like it. And it's a great tool to have in your arsenal. When you need that sound and you want that nice, pillowy, bassy sound that sits in a mix so well, that's the only way to get it.
Well, like this.